What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is Somebody's Son. All right. I'm not going to hold you. Let's go in.
Obviously on somebody's son.
I am curious though, what is your perspective on me working in the nightlife?
I feel like Miss Charlize is judging me.
I just know nothing really good comes out of that. All money's not good money.
I feel like I have the most attraction with Alicia right now, but you're not respecting what I'm trying to communicate
It's
to
not
you.
that I just want
That can
you.
do damage to our relationship, though.
The next and final invitation that I will extend goes to Alicia.
Thank you.
Chad and I are making out, and I hear the door slide open. It's Lauren.
The Chad. Never caught someone in someone's bed before. This is a first. Today's gonna be real interesting for you, sir.
You sleep okay?
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Yeah.
Boy, you almost made me pull out my belt last night.
What are you talking
You
about?
seemed a little agitated.
No.
Are you gonna do it? Wow.
I'm not doing it.
You gotta participate.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Party killer.
Just knowing that I can only leave here with one person, sometimes it gets a little stressful.
Well, I think the part where you was saying, I don't know why y'all laughing like this is not a laughing matter. I love you. You're my son. But at the same time, I want you to be sensitive to these ladies because you're not the only one that's in this process. You can't control them talking amongst each other. You can't control them being friends.
The deeper layer to it is the last 2 nights I've definitely stayed the night with Jazz. And Lauren found out. And so now I gotta try to figure out how to deal with that, especially since Lauren, she was starting to show interest in me, which is good, just because I really like the maturity of Lauren a lot. And I don't know the dynamics of how that's gonna change. And I don't know how the dynamics of that's gonna change when Paige finds out as well.
Okay. Yeah, Chad messed up. As a mother, that's not something that you want from your son. You want to feel that you raised your son better than that and that he has some self-control to say, hey, I'm not going to sleep in your bed. Whether they had sex or not, it's still just not a good look. I can't control what you do. I can't control who you like, but you don't want to put yourself in that pickle jar.
Honestly, just wasn't really thinking about the consequences of, being caught. I was really enjoying the time I spent with Jasmine, and I just got caught up in the moment.
I'm not saying you have to like all of these ladies, but still be a gentleman. They're balancing their emotions and their feelings and their thoughts. Just keep that in mind.
Hey, you wanna go have a little powwow? Yes. I want to check on Paige about, the happenings of last night. And I feel like I have to let her know. Yeah, I was having my first hour-long shower last night, and, things went awry. I went to check on Jasmine, and long story short, he was in her bed.
When she tells me, I'm like, I knew I was not crazy. There was something else going on here. Chad, you thought you was slick, huh? You ain't slick enough because I caught you. And Miss Jasmine, you definitely had me fooled. Like, I'm thinking you just sweet, innocent. Whole time Chad is in your bed. Like, we're roommates. What is going on?
It's like those things that was red flags from the beginning for me. Now they coming into true colors. I'm like, oh no, this is who you are. This is not the experience. Last night, we were in the kitchen. I was like, you good? And I'm trying to hug him. And he just being stiff with me. So I'm like, okay, here I am trying to do exactly what you just asked me. on our date.
So like we do the photo shoot, right? And then I try to give you a hug and you went for a high five, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you like looked at me like a homie or something like that.
Kind of asking me to be affectionate. I mean, I can do that.
So it made me feel like, okay, now you trying to use the excuse of me hot-fiving you to paint me as I'm not affectionate and I'm not emotional. And it's just... It's just like, that's not right. Like, you don't do that. Like, that's real F-boy vibes to me.
Yeah. I personally feel so blindsided. It really feels like a dagger to the heart because I came to this experience open, vulnerable.
We'll see.
I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say anything at all. Chad sneaking around in my bed, Lauren finding out, definitely has me emotional. I am a big part of Chad sneaking around because I really didn't want the girls to know.
What you need?
Huh?
I'm just about to do stuff.
Okay.
How's this still going?
Is there black stuff on the bag?
Come here, let me help you.
Okay.
Come with me. You wanna have a chitty chat?
I figure there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stand next to me or you gotta...
Sure. Yeah, I know you want me that close, babe.
I would like to have a conversation with Jasmine because, I mean, obviously walking into her room and the man is in her bed, I feel like she felt a little bit guilty that she kind of got caught like that. I'd like to see her squirm a little bit.
Yeah, but what's going on? Your eyes are puffy.
That's a lot. I don't want to hurt any feelings, you know? They get just like all blew up. All I can do is just hope and pray that y'all know that I'm care for y'all, but I care for...
I'll be real. Like, you don't have to cry about it.
I can't. It happened.
This is also a competition. Jasmine's feeling Chad, Chad's feeling Jasmine. If that's how you want to move, then do you. Whatever the consequences are after that, hope you can live with that.
It's already like an intensified situation.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason to be tripping.
This is true. I don't like hurting people. And I feel like I am because I'm trying to stay true to myself and be happy, but also tiptoe and make sure I'm worrying about everybody else's feelings. How do you feel?
For me, like, this is a tough process.
Yeah. This is hard.
It is.
Like, I try my best not to tell y'all too much of what me and Chad got going on just because I don't want that to interfere with y'all's relationship.
Right.
And then what happened last night really hurt my feelings.
Like, where is the consideration of my feelings? Because I am putting myself out there to be open, honest, and vulnerable. Whole time, Chad is in your bed.
I just want you to be comfortable. I want us to be comfortable.
This experience is so confusing. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be competitive or best friends with these girls. Like, forming bonds with these ladies, it's been so hard to think of them as my competition.
Listen, they say that all is fair in love and war, okay? But you got to remember something. This is a different scenario. This is a never done before situation. 3 women competing with mama living under the same roof. So let's give Jazz a little grace, okay? She is put in a house where she is practically falling in love with everybody, okay? That means the guy, that means the mama, that means the girlfriends. That's why they're starting to form a girl bond, right? So she's in a precarious position. If she does get the guy, she don't want to piss off her friends. You see what I'm saying? And the way that she did it was a little sneaky. But all is fair in love and war. Now, some women might not care. Be like, look, I'm here for the man. I ain't here for no girlfriends. But that's not Jazz. I don't even think that's any of the ladies, really. I think they all are cool with each other. So she don't want to look a certain type of way. And I get it. But if you're truly there to get your man, get your man. Get your man. Don't never mind what the chicks is there. They are your competition. You can't fall in love with competition, but that happens all that sometimes happens. You fall in love with your competition. And then you have a conflict of interest. You don't know how to feel. Listen. I blame Chad. I really do. Chad is the catalyst for all of this. He should not have did what he did. Got caught in the bed with one of the women, and it's pretty much over at that point. You've already made a choice. If you in the bed with her, that's your woman. Okay? Unless we're gonna do some kind of sister wife thing going on here, you've already chosen. You know, I don't really like the way Chad is moving. I put most of the blame on him. He's the one who went to her room. Now she was part of it, don't get me wrong, but Chad is just a guy just with low character, if I'm being honest. He's just a low character dude. And I really don't I want to say I don't think he deserved none of these ladies, because he deserves somebody, but he just a low character dude. I mean, I'll put it this way, you're not necessarily winning a prize if you win Chad. You're not. He might take good care of you, but he probably got a good job and all that other stuff, but still he's a low character dude. Let's go back in.
This is funny to watch. I feel like things were heavy in the house, the way that it was going with Bravon.
Listen, I'm gonna let my man.
Oh, you're a man.
Yeah,
What'd you say? Word on the street was you were single, Mr. James.
I sure am.
Oh, okay.
Now that she's out of the house, I'm hoping that the energy level can come back up and we can all start to have a little bit more fun again.
At this point, it's Alessia and I, the final two, so I think it's time for me to step my game up. I need to be a little bit more flirty with him. Alessia is not afraid to touch on him, and I'm like, okay, girl, calm down. So I just need to be a little bit more flirtatious with him.
Alessia is where James's thoughts are, but I want him to give Sabernet the same fair shot.
Hey, check me out.
Check you out.
She's very smart. She has goals, she has plans, and I just pray he can see that.
Thank you for joining our mini workout.
You're welcome. I'm about to go dry off.
All right, so I want to see how you're feeling after the invitation last night.
I feel like these are the two that I've always had the most interest in, so it's going to be interesting to see where things go. I feel like it would be good for us to make like a pact, right?
What pact?
We'll be open to each other's choices, right?
I'm down with that pact. We can do that.
Okay. Based off of my type and my dating history, I feel like my mom is a little bit biased. I don't want that. I don't want anybody to feel judged. We're all here to get to know one another. It's making this pact with my mom is really about honoring this process, staying as open as possible. Let's see what we're getting into today.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, James and Charlize.
Good morning.
Today's theme is focused on the importance of partnership. Charlize, you will lead the ladies in an activity centered around future planning.
Did you write this today?
No. Remember to pay close attention to their visions for their future.
Wow, perfect timing.
James, it will be your turn to choose. who will accompany you on a romantic date. Remember to choose wisely.
Level playing field.
Level playing field.
Let's see what happens.
Let's do this.
All right.
Hey, hey.
So I honestly don't know what to expect from today. With Lauren seeing me in Jasmine's bed, I should have just dropped off on the side of the bed like I was planning on doing. And, you know, Paige just dealing with me being an a-hole a little bit as far as giving her the cold shoulder. You know, I can't blame anybody but myself. I put myself in that position. So now I'm trying to deal with it and just hoping today goes smooth.
How you feeling?
After last night, really nervous, honestly, about the questions that I may have to face.
You know, I respect how you feel. I get it. I really, really do. So moving forward, I feel like if you talk to Paige and talk to Lauren, I believe, yeah, you can smooth things over with these ladies. Try to clean it up as much as you can. Try to explain to them what was going on in your mind, what are your thoughts, how you feeling, so that we can kind of, you know, make it through the day. All right, let's see what we have here for today. Chad, at this point in the journey, everything matters. Katina, in lieu of a date tonight, you will be tasked to invite only 2 of the 3 ladies to continue on in the journey. Choose wisely. Okay. One of these ladies will be going home tonight. I'm not sure if Chad can handle this. Lord Jesus, please. It's gonna be a long day.
You wanna go talk to this lady?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm like, okay, what is Chad about to say?
All right.
What can he possibly do to fix this?
So I just want to apologize for yesterday. I'm trying not to intentionally hurt anybody. I was literally just kind of frustrated with my mom a little bit. And so when you came to embrace me, I was kind of frustrated, but it wasn't towards you at all. You did nothing wrong. I'm like genuinely sorry. You know, I hope you can forgive me. And I hope we can just, you know, have a good day.
Well, for me, what I will say is that, like, you literally just asked me to be open, but here you are rejecting me being open to you.
Yeah.
And you allowed Jasmine to console you. What was I just trying to do the same thing? So it's hard for me to believe that you don't think I did anything wrong because you still allowed someone to console you when I was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And you asked that of me and I gave you that. It was just kind of like a stab. What I ask of you now, don't ask me to do something that you're not gonna give back.
Yeah.
I'm big on reciprocation.
Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. And I'm definitely like, yeah, I'm genuinely sorry. It won't happen again.
Okay. I think with Chad, I don't necessarily feel secure, but I definitely think that that's something that can be built upon. I'm a person where if you apologize, let's not backtrack, let's move forward. And I'm curious to see, will we see growth from Chad?
What are you about to do?
Boil up some eggs.
Come talk to me.
Okay.
How you doing?
Today's a new day. You pulled me, but I think I'd like to dive in. So, you looking real suspect laid up in the bed with Jasmine.
Yeah.
After you see a man that you're, you know, getting to know in that way in another woman's bed.
Probably not good.
Chad, everything slick don't slide and you got caught. You're in a house with the women you're dating. I don't know, being caught in someone's bed. served you well, sir. And I think about it like, you have sisters, you know what I mean? And I know you want your sisters to be respected in a situation like this. I feel like maybe you could have handled it a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I kind of damaged, what we were trying to build up a little bit. I am sorry that occurred, and I'm interested in you. I felt like we were starting to...
What?
I said, I'm interested in you. We can kind of fix that or mend that and go from there.
Let me mull that over. I am really big on respect, honesty, and transparency in relationships. And he telling me how much he likes me and how much he has to work for a woman like me.
You're like funny, beautiful as hell, straight, natural, just beautiful. Man, hold on. There's definitely more.
And then to turn around and catch him in Jasmine's bed was like, okay, you really like me, huh? I'd like to see you sweat a little bit.
I'm sweating. At this point, it's the day of elimination. Like, I'm just trying to figure out if they're actually still interested in me, especially Lauren, really, because we had just kind of built up that connection and started to, open up a little bit more. So it's just making the decision a lot harder.
It's my rules, breaking promises not what we do. Turn it back on family, not cool. Don't walk inside with your shoes.
Good morning, lady.
Good morning.
How is everyone?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You sleep well last night?
Amazing.
Good. Well, we have a activity today. The title of it is Goals and Dreams. Everyone's going to do their own board. You have the topics ranking 1 to 7, and you place them exactly where you feel they need to be. You take your board.
All right, let's do it.
Today's activity, Goals and Dreams, the topics have to deal with God, family, health, career, money, travel, and kids.
I'm really excited to kind of show where my mind is at, where my heart is at, and where my goals lie.
I personally do not think that it's hard to put the cards in order from most important to least important.
As I'm putting each card in order, I'm kind of starting to think, oh, you got some explaining to do, girl. She may not like my board.
Okay, so Sabrina, let's go. See what's going on here.
Okay, so first I have God and faith. Second, I have family. Third, I have health. Fourth, I have career. Fifth, I have money. Sixth, I have travel. And seventh, I have children.
Okay.
The reason why I have God and faith first is because without God, you kind of struggle with the rest of these.
That's true. God, that's good. Family, your family connection, which aligns really good with ours.
Yeah.
All right. Alicia.
This is my board, and I have family ranked first. Second is faith.
When Alicia put family over God, that was a flag. Our family is built on God and faith first. That's our rock, that's our cornerstone.
Health is wealth. And I think children should be the last step, because if we have all of this figured out, then we can get here.
Okay, interesting that you have family first. Alicia's board is telling me that she's still young. She's not there yet. Okay. Let's see your board, James.
God and faith, definitely. You go through things with your family, and sometimes it's just like frustration on all sides. So who do you turn to? Who can you turn to? Turn to God. But then second, family, been my core my whole life.
What do you think of his board, ladies?
We definitely have a lot of similar things in the same order.
I feel like having an almost identical board with Sabrina kind of tracks, right? Similar upbringing, similar values. On paper, Sabrina and I are very compatible.
This board definitely describes who he is as a person, because his faith is very important. That's what really sets the foundation. Faith is our foundation.
Alicia, what do you think about, because you're opposite. You have family first and he has God first. Will that be an issue?
I don't think it'll be an issue.
So let me ask you another question on the faith line. How do you practice your faith? Or if you practice at all?
I practice in my own way. I do meditation a lot, but my mom is really the person that I connect with whenever it comes to. She loves sharing the word, and I never deny it. I always let her tell me because she gives me her information and I give my information, and we come together on that.
So I hear you. I'm just gonna be real with you. A couple things you just said kind of triggered something to me. I see your mom as your God. A couple things you just said kind of triggered something to me. I see your mom as your God. Because you're telling me she speaks to you, you listen to her, your mom is downloading into you.
I would never say that my mom's my God. Miss Charlize saying I'm seeing my mom as my God is hurting in this moment because it's completely false. When me and my mom speak to each other, she imparts wisdom in me and I'm imparting wisdom into her. So Miss Charlize, she's not hearing anything that I just said.
I think that's like a really strong statement, saying somebody's
look.
God. That statement can be harsh a little bit just because it's like putting a label on somebody else's relationship. My mom saying that Alicia's mom is her God, it definitely feel like judgment. I think that my mom really needs to be open to the fact that she wasn't raised in the traditional sense. It kind of triggered me when you said...
I know it triggered you. I'm like, ooh, he in this whole... Look, he trying to defend you, girl.
No, it's just like, that's a very brute viewpoint to what she's saying. The energy in the room right now is tense. Like, you can cut this thing with a knife. I'm feeling like I have to defend somebody. I like that. I don't even know if my mom knows that she offended Alicia at this moment. I can feel it, I can see it, but I don't even know if she knows.
All right, well, you and I want to step out and have a little conversation with you.
Let's go talk.
Yeah.
I feel like Charlize is out to get me, but at the end of the day, we're not leaving with Miss Charlize. We're leaving with James.
So you good about the exercise?
In that exercise, I feel like you were asking a lot more questions towards Alicia. It can definitely feel like judgment. And I feel like you were a little bit more accepting of Sabrinae. So like, we made a pact this morning, right?
We did make a pact.
To be open-minded, to put them on the same playing field. It didn't feel like you were upholding the pact that we made.
Okay, so let's go there. So I asked the questions based on the answers.
I mean, I know that Sabrinae was kind of getting like a little bit of a pass through the conversation.
Sabrinae did not get a pass.
I'm not saying, okay. All right, I'll say this.
She did not get a pass.
I'll say this.
You're looking at it wrong.
I will say this.
That's your perception.
Let me
Your
go.
perception.
Stop talking, please. Let me talk.
Perception.
Good gracious. I'm just saying that you being who you are, it can rub people a certain type of way. And with trying to keep things open, trying to keep things light,
right?
It would be great for you to smooth things over with Alicia.
Oh, yeah, sure. No problem.
All right, cool. My mom is typically always set in her ways. It's work to try to get her to see things differently. I mean, she can get there, but it's gonna take some effort.
So, based on the board exercises, who are you looking at inviting on a date tonight?
So, in that exercise, Sabrinae was a little bit more quiet because questions weren't really in her way as much. I can take this opportunity to dig a little bit deeper. On the other hand, thinking about Alicia, there were a lot of things that were brought up. I can use this date to really dig deeper into those things.
All right, so let's go.
Knowing that I have to let somebody down with this decision that I have to make really makes me feel like the bad guy. Both of these women have shown so much of themselves to me, and that's not easy to do. So this decision is a difficult one to make.
Hello, hello.
So, the woman that will be going on a date tonight will be Sabrina.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, let's go get changed and ready to go.
I'm going on a date with my man.
Have fun.
Thank you. Coming out of this, I'm a little worried knowing the closeness between James and his mom. I feel I have a lot to think about.
I get a date at the Butterfly Museum with James. I am super stoked because I love butterflies. They're so beautiful. I'm super excited to share that with him.
I think 1,500 butterflies and 60 different species in here.
I'm really just like keeping my head on the swivel.
Everything's so gorgeous.
Oh man. This date is gorgeous. It's literally like we're transported to a rainforest. And then it's also great to get some one-on-one time with Sabrina.
So how do you feel like this date from our first date?
Tranquil vibes both times, right? Champagne, strawberries, and now butterflies, like your favorite.
We gotta hit some of your favorites. What would you like to do next?
I don't know what's in store. You know I never know what's gonna happen.
Definitely don't.
The way that things have gone, it's like really great to have like met your mom. That was an unexpected surprise. Y'all are twins for real.
And I love how your family is so close. Same with my family. Like we both value family, and I think that's what's very important.
I feel like that's such an important thing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just looking at you. You nervous? Why are you nervous? I give you butterflies?
Yeah. You give me butterflies.
I definitely have butterflies in my stomach on this date with him. I hope he does too. How cute!
That's super nice.
So, do you kiss on the first date?
Oh, you want to kiss?
Hmm?
Is that what you're saying? Because this is not the first date. You want to kiss?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just say you want to kiss.
Okay.
There you go.
We had our first kiss. So, it was just a really intimate and special moment.
Some nice lips too. Miss Sabrina. I'm honestly super surprised with Sabrina. The date is going extremely well. Like I expected something, but not this. I mean, I could definitely see a future with Sabrina.
When Miss Charlize made a comment that my mom is my God, hearing that really hurt. I feel like I'm more of a quiet person. I'm a thinker. And whenever I have overwhelming thoughts, I have to get them down on paper. I was just thinking the best way to express myself to Miss Charlize is let me just write her a letter and read it to her so I really get all of my heart out.
Oh, hey, lady.
Hello, hello.
Can I join you?
You sure can.
Oh.
I did want to talk to you about some things. So I wrote a letter.
Oh, Lord.
Because I'm good at that and not really good at just on the fly. Dear Miss Charlize, I want to begin by saying I think you're an amazing woman. I think you're a strong woman that wants nothing but the best for her children. I know you don't have any malicious intent. However, I feel like you're still subconsciously coming from a place of judgment at times, and it is starting to negatively affect me. At the beginning, you said yourself that you prejudged me a little. After speaking with James about his previous relationships, I definitely see why now. And I felt the energy immediately. And I would be a liar if I said that I haven't shed a few tears over some of the comments that I found harsh.
So what comments?
Regarding my entry walk, outfits, makeup, faith, my demeanor, job, piercings, and tattoos.
You have tattoos?
I do.
I didn't notice that.
Okay.
No, so I did not make a comment about your tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel blindsided. I had to listen to her because we all are entitled and have a right to how we feel. I do know that my directness and my bluntness is misunderstood for those that don't know me. But at the same time, I'm his mom. So you're gonna feel judged because you know I'm observing you.
I think the comment that's kind of hurt the most is just the comment you made this morning about the faith. I see my mom as my bestie. So I didn't want the conversation to be, she's my God or she's my representation of God. She's my rock. God has had me face many adversities in many forms. And just because I've chosen my own path based around curiosity doesn't mean that I deserve judgment.
So wait, I mean, I want you to go back to that.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, so I guess my lens and the way I process things are completely different from your lens. I rely upon scripture. So I was trying to say, ooh, well, if you're not relying upon scripture to get the truth, it just hit me a little.
I think that she still took my words as she needed to be defensive against them, and honestly made me think, am I wasting my time right now? But I really want to stay at the house. So I think it's very important that we're on the same page.
I apologize if I offended you to the point where it brought you to tears. At the end of the day, sweetheart, I can't live his life. Whoever he picks and chooses to be with, it's his choice. But at the same time, when he hurts, I hurt. You made a comment in your letter. You didn't know if I was comparing you to his previous relationships. I can truly say yes. Beautiful package on the outside, and you don't know the baggage that comes on the backside and how you gonna handle it. And then I just got to a point where I didn't want to be, I told you so. But like you said, I misinterpret you. And look, I like you.
I don't feel like Miss Charlize is really hearing me.
What else you want me to apologize for?
I think that she may not be as open-minded as she would like to think. Maybe she doesn't want to give me a chance.
I'm sorry if that's a bit much.
Yeah, it was.
I am feeling a bit discouraged.
Let me give her some props for keeping it respectful, keeping it, you know, she told her mother, his mother, how she felt. She wrote it down so she could organize her thoughts. That was pretty smart move for her to do. How can I express things intelligently without flying off the handle? More people should do that. Instead of flying off the handle with stuff, gather your thoughts, write it down, especially if it's something that you're constantly thinking about. Write it down and gather your thoughts and display it in that way. I would agree with her that Charlize is not very I kind of want to say emotional, intelligent, or aware of how she comes off to people, and how, you know, and she can be a little cutthroat. She can be a little judgmental. I don't really rock with people, especially, listen, I know there's a lot of religious people out there who think that they're better than everybody who is not religious. And calling her, saying she worships her mother, I can kind of understand that, but that's not something you should say, right? It's not something you should say. I do believe people worship their mothers, and I do think mothers have God status. I've said this before. God status is somebody who can do no wrong. Mama can do no wrong. So there are some people who worship their mother, and I understand where she is coming from, especially since she put family above religion. But you gotta know that there are some things that you should not say. And Charlize takes me as a woman who really has little to no filter at all. She just says what's on her mind. She don't hold nothing. That don't mean she right about everything, but that she gonna talk about it regardless. But a part of me is feeling a little, I don't want to, is sorry for Alicia right now, because I do think she is being judged unfairly by Charlize. And even though I had her ranked low on the wifey scale, she's still a human being. She still deserves respect. She still deserves some consideration. All right. If your son is feeling her, you should take that into consideration. That's what your son tried to tell you in a private meeting. Is we agreed we was gonna be a little bit more open minded about things. We agreed to these things. So, hold up your end of the bargain, Mom. And she's coming off as a woman who has a son husband. Okay, have y'all heard that term before? Son husband. Almost like she don't want to let him go to really nobody. I know she's sort of champion Sabrina. So she may be okay with him being with him, but she is a helicopter mother. You know what I mean? She's a helicopter mother, it seems like. Even though he's grown as all get out, she still seems to be a bit of a helicopter mother, and even with his life, she is being a little domineering. You know what I mean? I wonder if Miss Charlize is single herself. Okay. But I think she has a really great son. I think James is a really good dude. I think he knows what he's doing. He might have brung home some strays in the past. He might have done that. But I think he got two good candidates here. But if I'm being honest, I think he's better off with Sabrina. I think Alicia is really just a liability. She'd be more of a liability. But still be kind. You can still be kind to her and treat her with a level of respect, and not just go hard in the paint on her about everything. It's almost like Alicia remind Charlize about a past chick she may look like that she didn't like in the past. She just, I know your type. I know this. I know that. I don't like you because you one of them pretty girls. You try to get away with everything with your looks. You stole my man in '79. Just stuff like that. I just think that she's a little hard on Alicia. But let's go back in.
I'm hungry. That looks good.
At this point, the tension is high in the house. It's a lot of emotions going on, a lot of feelings being hurt right now. And the last thing I would want is to send someone home. But me and Chad have to make that decision.
Okay. So yeah, you have the ball in your court.
It's just a tough decision.
Yeah.
So how do you feel after you spoke with everybody?
I think getting ahead of the problem and talking to them at the beginning of the day, probably smooth things down a little bit.
Okay, so, moving forward,
Yeah.
inviting who's gonna continue on the journey with us, who do you have in mind?
I feel like it's out of Lauren and Jasmine as far as number one. It's kind of hard to connect with Paige because I just can't feel the connection.
So you do like Lauren?
Yeah.
It makes it a little more challenging.
I don't think that Chad will be able to clean us up because sometimes in life, once you've made a mistake, it's hard to kind of retract. It's hard to get a do-over.
Well, I'm shocked because I was just really kind of clueless. I didn't know if there was any chemistry between you and Lauren because I really haven't seen that.
Yeah, I mean, her standards are high. She's much more mature, so it would take something past this experience to get to that connection with her. And I think it would definitely be worth it.
I understand your position, but this is hard for me too. But I gotta be the one to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Today was already a high tension day because after the night we just had, it definitely put me in like a feeling of what is about to happen.
I will say that what happened the night before might have influenced Miss Katina's judgment. Things aren't gonna be the same, so I was kind of nervous to see what was gonna happen next.
Ladies, it's been a fun, adventurous, almost 2 weeks so far. I've had a blast.
Yes, it has been a journey. It has been absolutely amazing getting to know each and every one of you ladies and just...
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can I just interject for a second? I think I see where this is going. And I've built some really good bonds with you guys, and I want to say that first off. But I can't, with a clear conscience, stay here knowing I don't think this is a romantic connection for you and I. And I'm gonna choose me today. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go home.
When Lauren drops the bomb on us that she is leaving, I'm instantly shook. I really have grown close to Lauren and really just respected her and her values and just how she carries herself. So it really made me sad.
Finding Chad in Jasmine's bed solidified how I already felt. I'm an adult. I see what's going on. I've been peak game. And if they have that type of connection, then explore that. But also, I want something with a partner, my best friend, and I wasn't getting that with Chad.
You okay?
I'm shocked right now and disappointed that Lauren decided to leave. Obviously, she caught me in Jasmine's bed, and I think it just came down to like a respect thing. I thought if we had a little more time to get to know each other, we probably could have built a connection to see where it goes.
The emotion that I'm getting definitely made me feel weird because we became close, and I know that I did have some part of it, but at the same time, I came for somebody's son.
Wish you nothing but the best. I know that's what you're gonna get one day. Yeah.
To protect her feelings, she went on and eliminated herself. And so I was crushed, but I was okay with her decision because I understand she had to do what was best for her.
And let me say something. I commend you for being the strong woman that you are. I really, really appreciate you just opening up and being very transparent. And you've been encouraging to me as well.
Yes.
I need a hug. You can definitely have a hug from me.
My girl, I'm hitting you up.
You better.
Very good.
All right.
You good.
And if you can't be good, be good at being bad.
These ladies, I will say, they have handled this very well. No blow-ups, no drama, no fighting, no cursing. My hat goes off to them. But at the same time, I think Chad could have handled things a lot better. My hope is that he will learn from this experience, that he still needs to mature in some areas. I really don't know where we're going from here, but I know we're going somewhere.
I came on this show looking for my man and to open up myself and my mind and my heart. And I just wound up falling for his mom. I feel like we really connected, me and his mom. And that's my girl, but maybe not her son. See you later.
I wish you the best.
You too.
Like I said, you'll get the
Have
best.
fun.
You too. Next on Somebody's Son. I didn't want to rule you out, but I knew there wasn't a physical attraction.
Hold on, though. You sat there on that date and let me agree that, okay, I can be more affectionate. You was like, yeah, you can do that. That's sick, Chad.
I still low-key feel like I've been holding a little back myself.
What you holding back?
Well, I work out a lot because I play professional football.
What?
I wanted to cuddle.
Wow. You are really affectionate. It's different.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I get a knock on my door. It was Tamaris. I'm seeing this side of Tamaris, and I'm liking it. But why are you doing it now?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Listen. Shout out to Lauren. You know, I didn't give you enough credit, and you're a classy woman. You left with class. Shout out to you. You didn't blow up. You didn't curse out. You didn't talk to this, that, and the third. You did get along with his mother, probably even the other girls too. But it wasn't Chad. And, you know, que sera, sera. It happens. Everybody understand why she left. Everybody understand why she left. I mean, she was the one who caught him in bed. So, yeah, it made sense. Was her bags already packed? I was waiting for her to pack her bags, and they must have already been in the truck, or they just did that for the scene, and then she came back and packed all her stuff and then left. I don't know, but it looks like in the next episode, Chad is going to tell Paige he's not attracted to her. This guy, you know, look, if he's not attracted to her, he's just not attracted to her. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But I just don't like the way that Chad moves. As a man, I don't like the way that Chad moves. To me, he has a lot to learn. Maybe it's because I'm a seasoned man and I know, you know, the ins and outs. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I make mistakes too, but the way he moves is just a bit disrespectful. You know what I mean? He's sneaking into other women's beds. He telling women practically that they ugly. You know what I mean? And he not attracted to them. You know, he seemed like a self-absorbed dude. So Lauren is not missing out much on Chad. But Lauren was not much of a wife anyway. She was more of a sister girl. She is a city girl. She don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do none of that wifey stuff. I think she will try to still run the household when mama is not there. She was older than Chad, so I didn't necessarily expect there to be a chemistry there, so to speak. Not to say that that's not possible, but you know, when you going up against you know, some other younger women who probably more at the peak of their fertilization, you know, you're gonna have some heavy competition. So all that being said, I still want to give Lauren her props for the way she handled it. She couldn't have handled it better as far as I was concerned. So I was impressed by her emotional intelligence of the whole thing and how she handled it. So shout out to Lauren for that. And yeah, we'll miss seeing her on screen. Now I'm interested on how this whole Paige thing is going to go. Don't look like she took it very well. And at this point, like I told you, he already made a choice. He made a decision. As soon as he got in bed with Jazz, it was it. That was it. You made a choice. I think he's just going along with this for the episodes, but he pretty much already made a choice. You know what I mean? And I guess I can't get mad at him for making a choice with his life and not necessarily playing by the rules, so to speak. But it is what it is. All is fair in love and war. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. Oh yeah, let me also say this. It looked like Josh told the ladies that he's an NFL player. Now all of a sudden, Tamaris want to ride his jock. She want to ride his jock strap now because she know he's in the NFL. Oh, let me find out. Let me find out, Tamaris. That's why you all of a sudden interested in Josh. Is because he told you he in the NFL. Oh my goodness, the gold diggers are coming out. So I don't want to place judgment yet, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to be going next episode. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. I really would like to know. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Support your boy, and I'll catch you in the next one.